Hey Mike, this is Jessica from Peterson SEO. Thank you so much for speaking with me this morning and requesting your free video. So today we're going to go over just a few tips that you guys can apply right away that's really going to help with your online presence and getting more of those organic leads. Now, it's important to note that nearly 70% of your organic leads are going to come from this website. So it is really important that your website be properly optimized so you can capture that traffic. So we are on your site. Your site looks good. You have separate pages for various services. You do want to make sure that you have a different page for every service that you offer. And I also noticed you have service area pages, which is awesome. That's exactly what you want to do. You want service area pages in each community that you service that has any type of search volume. But um, the service area pages have to have their own original content and their own keywords. If you actually go to your service pages, they actually defeat the purpose of having the pages. So all these pages have the same identical content, and with just switching out the keyword. You need to be using exact match keywords. The purpose of having these service area pages are to be like mini home pages summarizing each of your services with the local keywords related to those services. And there's going to be keywords, exact match keywords in different forms. So it could be Phoenix water damage restoration Phoenix, um, mold remediation Phoenix, mold removal Phoenix, water removal Phoenix. There's so many different variations, so you definitely need to do your keyword research so that you're capturing the best keywords. But if you look through these pages, you really don't have any keywords on these pages. Um, and anything you do have is pretty much a national keyword, which isn't going to help you unless you're servicing people nationally. So you do need to focus on local buyer intent keywords on these pages and make sure they're all original content, because Google is not going to index you and rank you for those pages with duplicated content. They look at it as spam. So looking at your home page, you have a good looking home page. You have a little bit of content. Content is very important. That is what's going to rank your website. So Google wants you to have a ton of content. You do have a good amount. Google wants a minimum of about 1,500 words or more, depending on what your competitors are doing. So you do have a good amount of content. You just need to refocus this content on your local buyer intent keywords. Those are going to be the keywords people are actively searching in your area for your services. So that's going to be really critical in order to actually be found organically online and capture that 70% I mentioned before. Google has robots called crawlers that go and index each of your pages looking for original content and keywords so that they can rank you for those and put you in front of your customers. So let's look at your top water damage restoration competitor in Phoenix. We have ServPro. Now, ServPro is a franchise, but you actually don't have to compete against the franchise as a whole. You're only competing against this one location, this Phoenix location. And so you actually are at an advantage because franchisees cannot modify these websites, add content, or refocus their content on the keywords that they want to target, and you guys can. So they're super easy to beat by working on your content and keyword strategy, making sure that you have more content, better content, and better keyword usage. So these guys do have a lot of content. You're just going to need to beat them. And then you need to support your website with SEO. because a website without search engine optimization is just not going to be found online. So when we look here, you have a score of a 7 out of 100 in Google's trust flow, which isn't terrible, but it also means Google still doesn't have a whole lot of trust in your website. That's 100% based on your backlinks and referring domains. Not all of these are created equal. They are extremely important, and you do need a lot of them, but you have to have authoritative links, which are directly related to your services, and they need to be do follow links. That way they share the power of high ranking sites. And then Google's only going to give you credit for one backlink for every referring domain. If we look here, you have 65 that are do follows. So only 65 of those links are doing anything to help your website. You have been indexed for 152 keywords, but you're only driving about 9 people on average to your website. So you're missing out on a ton of potential customers by just not having your website properly optimized with the right content and keyword strategies supported by your backlinks. These backlinks should be tied to your keywords to help them to rank to the first page of Google. When we look at your keywords, there's 10 spots per page on Google. So you have 2 words that are on the first page of Google: basement flood mesa and flooded basement mesa, which is great. But there's a lot of other keywords that you're missing out on. So you definitely want to focus on those keywords. This is coming from a blog, and blogs are great when done correctly. Blogs can be very powerful, but what you want in your blogs, you want it to be about one of your keywords, and then you need to link the keyword in your blog to the actual page on your website for that service. And then you go out and you get a backlink to support this blog, and it becomes a very powerful guest post for you on your website. So it can be really powerful when done correctly. If we look at your competitor, we don't care how their domain is rated because we're not competing against the entire franchise, just their location. Their location has a 17 with only 16 backlinks and 7 referring domains, yet only one of those is a do follow. So you only have to beat their one do follow link. But they have 74 keywords and they're getting over 200 people to their website, and that's because their focus is on the local keywords, where most of your keywords are national. And with national keywords, you're going to get those false metrics. You're going to get these false metrics, even though they have high volume. If you're not servicing people nationwide, only a small percentage of people that land on your website will be local. And so you do need to focus on the local area keywords. That way you actually can convert them into customers. And then the last piece of this is this Google Maps section. Your goal should be to be in the top 3 of this section, because 30% of people search in the maps and don't search anywhere else. So if you're not listed in this section, you send all of those potential customers to your competitors. Now, in order to be in the top 3, there are several factors, but the most important is going to be your citations. And that's going to be the name of your company, an address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories like Yellow Pages, Yelp, and Glassdoor. So you're going to need a lot more of those than your top competitors. And when you follow each of these tips that I have provided you today, your website can be number 1 across Google for all of your services and in each of your service areas, using those local buyer intent keywords supported by your SEO. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you found it helpful. And I would really love to get your feedback and what you thought of the video. If you have any questions, go ahead and give me a call at the number on the screen here and we can chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.